Hello, dear Audubon Naturalist Society friends. What a sad time it has been for our nation and our region. We are living in the reality of peaceful demonstrators being tear-gassed in our community and watching the heart-wrenching riots unfolding all around us. The events leading up to today's unrest began decades ago, more than a century ago. But recent events began unfolding while ANS was preparing for our virtual celebration of Rachel Carson. We planned that celebration to bring together voices of diverse women in science, education, literature, and public affairs. We gathered ideas from Latina and Black women, from white women, and the works of children. And while our celebration wasn't a complete representation of the diversity in our region, our Carson celebration did represent progress that is part of ANS's strategic effort to support inclusion, diversity, equity, and accessibility in our region. Our work, it's like the Japanese art of kintsugi, bonding what is broken with gold. The brokenness of our nation is on stark display in the faces of the demonstrators and the words of the signs they carry. I can't breathe, and Black Lives Matter. The brokenness has been on display in the disproportionate negative effects of the COVID-19 virus on people of color and low-income residents. People who have been made more vulnerable by decades of environmental injustice that have resulted in poorer health outcomes. And we at Audubon Natural Society are here to say to our members and friends that we will pour gold into the brokenness in our community. On Rachel Carson's birthday, we did that by lifting up the voices of diverse women to honor a woman who inspired our nation and our world to protect the environment and therefore protect the humans in it. In stark contrast, Amy Cooper's reaction to being asked by birder Christian Cooper to leash her dog was outrageous. Her threats wounded an innocent man and certainly wounded African Americans who have suffered for too long because of deadly fears based on the color of their skin. On the very same day, we learned of the tragic death of George Floyd, murdered while in handcuffs at the hands of a white police officer. This terrible news arrived while we were still reeling from the death of Ahmaud Arbery, shot while jogging by white men who claimed he looked suspicious. What is the role of Audubon Naturalist Society as we face this brokenness and this crisis in our community? We can look to Rachel Carson, who wrote eloquently to talk about protecting our natural world and the humanity in it. And now we need healing and understanding and unity and protection so that we can navigate this global pandemic and seek to right generations of injustice. We will continue to work to pour gold into the brokenness and to create a bright and inclusive future that will provide access to nature for all. And at ANS, our work will tackle environmental justice head on, because those of us who have always felt secure outdoors need to be sure that people in our region of all backgrounds have safe and ample access to nature. I hope that all of our friends and supporters will be part of the healing and part of the welcome that will bond us together. And as Ahmad Safi wrote so beautifully in his article about kintsugi, let's repair each other. Let's seek what's cracked in each other. Let's heal our broken spaces. Let's fill what's broken with gold. May we emerge more beautiful, more whole, and luminous.